Steelcase Amia chair, the actual Amia. Guys, this is a great value, honestly, from a top-tier brand. This has always been an excellent value, sitting right around that $1,000 mark. Once upon a time, it was sub $1,000 in 2025. We are over it now, unfortunately. But you get the four-way arms, which are incredible. It's the same arm set as on the Leap chair. You do get your height-adjustable lumbar, which I think, again, even for people like me who like a lot of lower lumbar, it's great. You get some flex in the backrest, although not as much quite as the Leap. And again, it's going to fit me well. So if you're up to maybe 6'2", it might just get to be a little bit too short in the backrest. But otherwise, super comfortable chair. I love their policies, and we refurbish them for that reason because people are loving them. I'm going to go S tier as always, so I'm sticking with that.
Yeah, really the only knock that I can really see is it's not the most beautiful chair. It's a little bit average looking, so when you're paying $1,000 plus, it's kind of nice if it has those more looks that can show that it is a more premium chair. But aside from that, really the comfort is amazing. The comfort is definitely A tier all around. I do like the Leap backrest a little better, so that's why I'm going to reserve that S tier. I'm going to hold it back to a high A.
Yeah, I'm going to be right there with these guys. I think it's an amazing chair. And number one reason is that you're getting more than what you're paying for. Again, this is a $1,000 chair, which is high. I get that. That's a lot of money for a chair. But the other chairs that are $1,000, aside from the Haworth Zody, do not stack up to this chair even close. There's no chance really for them to compete because it's just so well built. The policies are so good and it's so comfortable. The seat, the arms, and the backrest are all A-level comfort. I can't quite push it up into that S tier because you're not getting the same type of value as you are out of the Meep, and not quite the same build or comfort out of just a standard Leap brand new, but I'm going to be at a high A on this one as well. The Zody's been Haworth's flagship chair for a ton of years now, and we've got the updated version here, and I really like this chair, especially for the price, very much so like the Amia, right around that $1,000 mark, and for me, you're not going to find a better chair at that price point than the Zody. Really, really adjustable. I think it's very comfortable. It's going to fit a wide range of people. I also like the dual posture mode, so you can use it with a standing desk to kind of get out of the chair so you're not seated in the same exact position the whole time. Great policies from Haworth. I can't bump it up on policies from Haworth because they're not the best policies, but up near the top in the market. So I'm going to be right at an A with this chair overall.
Yeah, so I think that the Zody, they don't call it Zody 2 because it's confusing. They just call it Zody. But there's the Zody Classic, which is the original. This is a more comfortable option because they got rid of that weird sort of not in the middle neutral sitting position. They used to have it forward or back. This is much more neutral. All around the chair is super well built. And like Ryan said, for the price, it's an excellent value for sure. I think their policies, again, on their upholstery, not great, 3 and 5 years, depending on which one you pick. But it is 12 years on the rest of the frame and the components. It has the free returns too, but it's a super comfortable chair. You get that nice lumbar support, which I like. The mesh is a little bit thicker in the mesh with this knitted mesh. It's a digital knit here. And this one we have spec'd out is definitely over $1,000. So don't expect to get this chair for $1,000, but you're gonna get the same feel overall. It's an easy A for me.
Yeah, I almost see the Zody as two different chairs. You can get the more base model that is around $1,000. It's going to be really comfortable with that mesh backrest. The seat is great. I like this version. This is about maybe $1,400, a little over that, with that dual posture. It has the nicer mesh on it. Honestly, both of those chairs I'd put as a high A, whether you want to keep it a little lower price option or really deck it out like this. So the Libernovo Omni chair, I bet a lot of you have been waiting for this one. Now, if I have to look at this entire list of chairs we talk about and think, okay, which one do I want to spend all my time sitting in? Libernovo is going to be on the top of that list. Maybe not number one, but definitely in that top 5. And the fact that it's less than $1,000 makes this what I have to consider an S tier chair. Now, there are some question marks. We don't know a lot about the brand. It's definitely new. They do give a 5-year warranty, but when you don't necessarily know how reputable the brand is, what does that warranty really mean? And we still are just looking at a kind of a pre-production model. So there's a little question marks of if they fixed a couple of different things. So I'm going to be optimistic and give them the benefit of the doubt that they're a reputable company and that the couple problems are going to be fixed. And I'm going to stick with that S tier.
Yeah, this is an interesting one to score just because of all the things that Robert touched on. Right now it's being sold basically on kind of a pre-release system launched on Kickstarter. They've been crazy successful with their launch. And I really am impressed with the comfort of the chair. I mean, it's probably the softest chair that we have in the office that isn't just a poof ball that you sink into and provides no support. The seat is ridiculously soft. The back is super soft. The headrest is really soft. I really like the armrests aside from the adjustment on the height range. They don't go low enough for me to use them the way that I do at my desk, so I kind of have to make them work, but it is soft in all of the right places. You've got kind of like that embody backrest design where you have a ton of room to move your arms around and swivel. You can see the recline range is absolutely insane. You got decent policies with the warranty and you got the returns. I am right there with Robert though, where I do question how valuable that warranty is. This is kind of a recently launched product from a company that we don't know a ton about. So for that reason, I'm going to go with a B+ overall, but I do think it is a very good chair. A lot of interesting stuff going on. I'm not going to get into the electronics that Greg's touching. He'll probably touch more on that.
Yeah, this chair is super interesting. I was actually one of the first to see it when I went to the Neocon trade show. And the first initial sit test on this chair is just like cush ball all day, right? A little bit concerning, but they do have 3 different densities of foam as you kind of like work your way back in the seat, which was also super unique. But for me personally, I'm just a little bit worried. Number one, that the seat is as soft as it is right now, just because what is that doing longer term? I don't know what that means longer term. It sits a little bit too soft for me personally, and it feels warm because of that. Like these guys have said, I mean, there's millions of adjustments on this thing. Seriously, like everything is moving. Is that a good thing? I'm not sure. It's just so new. It's hard to say. The headrest has like all kinds of adjustments too. Like you're going depth adjustment. It's got the height adjustment. It's pivoting back and forth. You've got all these like things on the backrest. I mean, I just don't know how long this thing is going to hold up like this. I hope it will, but they don't really back it with a great warranty. I think, what is it on there? Is it a 5 and 2? So you've got 5 years on the chair itself and 2 years on the electronics, which, you know, everybody's a little concerned there. For me, I go A+ on this one. Comfort, probably closer to A just because of the softness. I feel like it might be super long sitting. It's probably going to be not perfect, right? Like it's not S-tier material, but it's really good. And then just my concern overall for how this thing holds up, I got to hold it back overall. So I'm going to give it a B+, which I think is pretty fair.
If you want to see how we rank all of the most popular chairs, head over to BTODtv to see our full office chair tier list. Click the link in the description.